Hey everybody, welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We got so much juicy stuff that we're going to be talking about, reviews, all that good stuff. You already know. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are at the finale. Oh my God, can you believe we're at the freaking finale of this show? I'm actually making some Mexican pizzas. I tried to go get a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell the other day and they were completely sold out. If you're a fast food lover, then you already know what I'm talking about. So my friend sent me a TikTok video and it showed how to make your own Mexican pizza. So kind of doing that now in the kitchen and just winding down for the weekend. It's late here. Gonna have a late night dinner, get into bed. But I had to do this review for y'all. Just finished watching the finale, episode 12. I can't believe we're at the end. It's kind of like bittersweet. I'm happy that the season's over, but at the same time, I'm not, because I've been enjoying doing these reviews with y'all each and every week, each and every Sunday night. And I feel like I've gotten to know some of y'all through the comments and just talking with you and laughing with y'all throughout this whole season. It's been crazy. It's been wild. And even though we're at the end, we still have the reunion, hopefully, which we'll get into that. And also, I will be reviewing the Zeus series Baddies South that starts next Sunday. If you're going to be watching Baddies South, make sure you come here and tune in each and every Sunday night. I will be reviewing that show as well, okay? So yeah, before we get into it, just some quick shout outs. Now, these shout outs are in no particular order. I just go through my comments, I write some of y'all's names down, and I shout you out. Please, nobody get offended or get butthurt if your name is not in the shout out. I will try to shout out new people every week, just as a little thank you for tuning in and watching the videos and all that good stuff and subscribing, all that. So just some quick shout outs to Michael Pointer, Pegging the Stallion, not Megan the Stallion, but Pegging the Stallion, Leland B, Human Honey, John Harris, I got you boo, Embrace Nas, Anthony Phillips, Belias 360, hope I didn't butcher your name, Belias 360, Jenkin, shout out to Gabe, Tony Ross, Sierra Polk, Brown Beauty, Darth Maudie, M-A-U-D-I-E, T Hall, and Brianna F. Just a few of y'all. Shout out to y'all. I noticed your comments. Now, keep in mind, I will be shouting out new people every week. Just comment below and I'll try to get you included in the next video, okay? Thank y'all so much for each and every one of you who tune into the videos and watch and all that good stuff. So, let's get into the episode. This episode started off from where last week ended, of course. They're shooting the music video for the song Bad Boys, okay? And this song has been shoved down our throats for so long. We're finally getting the music video. And you know, this is just one thing I wanted to say, because I kind of was on Rio for a while, because I feel bad because I watched an interview with Rio over the weekend and I really felt like I got to know him and I liked him a lot better than what I saw in Bad Boys. I realized that a lot of this season was really edited down. I wish we could have really gotten to know these guys a lot more than what Zeus showed us, because I really like Rio. Even though he came in as like a friend of Milan's, I think that made us dislike him so much more right off the bat, because he was just there to be like Milan's sidekick. And I wish that Rio would have came in at the beginning as an original cast member. Like, why did we have to have Andrew Caldwell, who left on episode 1 and stole the check, who didn't even put in any work? He just got a check and left. I really wish that Rio could have taken his spot, because Rio is also really fine. I know some of y'all may not think that, but I think Rio is so sexy. Like, oh my gosh. To me, okay? That's my opinion. Y'all ain't gotta agree with it, but I was like, damn, Rio is fine. I went and found him on Instagram too. That's just a whole different story. Um, and I know we talked about this maybe in the last video, because I know I've pondered on what his sexuality was. Now, some people commented below and said, actually, I watched an interview with him, and in the interview, he said that he doesn't put labels to anything. So he's bisexual, gay, whatever you want to call him. So they're getting ready for the music video. In the dressing rooms, all that good stuff. Winnie Stacks is there. Y'all remember Winnie? He was the stylist. He's been in quite a few episodes. And you know what? I wish Winnie would have been a main cast member. I wish they would have brought him in as a bad boy, because I really like Winnie. He seems like a really cool, genuine, sweet person. And I would have really liked to have seen him on the show as well. How do y'all feel about that? Did y'all like Winnie? He was the stylist that came in, and he was in the show quite a bit. He did the fashion show. He styled them for the music video shoot, and I just really like him. I don't know what it is about Winnie. And also Darrell. I don't know why I'm just now noticing Darrell got a booty on him. Darrell turned around in this episode, and I know he's always poking his ass out, but I just wanted to like get his booty and just go all in it. He got this, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just really horny, okay? It's been a while since I got any, y'all, so just forgive me. I'm a little horny right now. So when he starts talking to some of the bad boys, and you know, he wants to get insight on how their experience has been so far since the show is ending, what they thought about it, you know, and we got to learn a little bit from Dylan that I wish I would have learned earlier on in the season. So he's talking to Dylan, and Dylan says that he pretty much was homeless before he came there. He was like that. He's like, I was homeless before I came here. That's why I'm dressed in these rags that I'm in. And I'm like, oh my God, it makes total sense now as to why Dylan only had on like a few things. He only had like 2 shirts he wore all season, 1 pair of shoes. Y'all know I ragged Dylan. He still isn't my favorite, but I wish he would have been more vulnerable like he did in this last episode. And maybe he was, and it just got edited out. But a lot of these guys come into this show, I'm the baddest this, I'm a this in my city, I run my city, I'm the king of this, I'm the king of that. And their egos just kind of take over who they really are. And we just got to see a side of Dylan in this episode that I haven't seen. Like, he was just vulnerable about his experiences and where he come from and what he'd been through. And I'm like, it was refreshing, you know, it was really refreshing to see. Dylan, I already got there. So let me see where we at. Oh, he also said, Dylan said he came to the show and it helped him build his confidence. He was hoping to build his career. And I'm like, yes, you know, this is the things that we wanted to hear. And I really feel like this show probably has changed Dylan, because if you watch him from the beginning of the season until the end, yes, he was annoying. He annoyed me, but I really feel like this probably did boost his confidence. This probably did change him as a person. He probably saw himself on TV and cringed at some of the things that he did. And I really feel like when the reunion comes around, if we get a reunion, I feel like he's going to have a lot to answer to, because he did do a lot of shit talking. He did do a lot of playing up for the cameras. And I just really wish we could have saw a different side of him, of who he really was. Like, I would love to see him when cameras are not around, if that makes sense. I feel like he played a lot for the cameras. So Milan mentions he wants to get bad boy tattoos because they're all a big family now, big happy family. And I'm like, really? Are y'all a big happy family now? I don't know. After the show has aired, there's been a lot of drama since the show has aired. Like, to be honest with y'all, the everything that's gone on after the show has been more entertaining than the actual show. If you go on YouTube and you check out all the boys who have went live, a lot of them have done lives, and it's been more entertaining than the actual show. They've had more stuff go on, more drama, more fights, more all this go on their Instagram lives than they did the actual show. And that says a lot. And this entire episode, I'll be real with y'all, this entire episode was pretty much the making of the Bad Boys music video. It was another flop from Zeus. Like, y'all had a perfect opportunity to wrap this episode or wrap this season up. Give us a really good finale. Give us their goodbyes. Give us just a lot more than what they gave us, which was the making of this music video. We did not have to see 45 minutes of a making of this music video. Now, that's what we got. And I'm going to break down what we got, even though it wasn't a lot. So this review will probably be pretty quick. But yeah, I don't know about those tattoos, Milan. I don't know about those tattoos because I don't think everybody's going to be a big happy family, especially after the season has aired. And I'm just ready for the reunion because I feel like hopefully the reunion is going to be better than the entire season as well. And I also wonder if we're even going to get a reunion because Zeus did not give us a teaser at the end of the episode, if y'all noticed. We don't get a teaser for the reunion. We didn't get a stay tuned for the reunion coming soon. There's been a lot of chatter online from different boys, from Jonathan to Rio, saying that they're not showing up to the reunion unless they get a pretty penny. I'm like, what is wrong with you, Zeus? Y'all did not put in their contracts that they have to show up to the reunion. So now you got all these guys who are like, they don't know if they're going to show up or not. Like, are we even going to have a reunion? I feel like, excuse me, my nose is running, y'all. I don't even know if we're going to have one, y'all. I really don't even know if we're going to have a reunion at this point. I haven't seen any of the guys on Instagram posting. You know, usually we'll see reunion outfits. We'll see them when they're at the reunion. We'll get something. We haven't gotten anything. And the season's over. So I don't even know if we're going to get a reunion. And I'm really going to be really upset if we don't, Zeus. I'm going to be really upset if we don't get a reunion because there's a lot that needs to be resolved. There's a lot of loose ends that need to be tied up. There's a lot of people who talk shit throughout this season that they need to step forward and take accountability for. There's a lot of fan questions and viewer questions that have become unanswered, and we want the answers to. So I'm over here like, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know if we're going to get a reunion. So Winnie asked Milan and Rio about Jonathan. Of course, they play dumb. They're like, who? Jonathan who? They act like they don't even know who Jonathan is or who Jonathan was. They're paying Jonathan dust. Now, I know Milan, I know Rio, I know that y'all are not too fond of Jonathan, but let's not pretend like Jonathan didn't create the best moment of the entire season. Because if we were to take Jonathan out of this season, even though he was only there for 2 or 3 episodes, if we were to take him out of this season, it would have been terrible. It would have been the equivalent to Baddies ATL. Baddies ATL was trash. And this show, I almost considered trash, but I'm not going to give it complete trash yet. I feel like Jonathan did spice it up there towards the end. He did have the girl shook. And word on the curb is they paid Jonathan to come there and start a fight. Rio says in an interview that he did that Jonathan was paid to come there and to fight Milan, but he didn't. He ended up fighting Rio instead. So, and then if y'all remember the video that I did weeks ago when Kion went to jail, just a little update on that. He has been released from jail as of this weekend. If you remember, he was arrested after allegedly driving the vehicle of a woman who was missing and dead. So here's the article for that. Hold on, let's see. Okay, so Bad Boys LA cast member Kion Franklin walked out of the Orange County jail following his arrest by the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department for allegedly driving the car of a woman assumed missing and dead. So he got pulled over for driving a woman's car who was missing and dead, and they found a pistol in his car. And he's been in jail for, hold on just a second. I want to say like, he's been in jail for like a couple weeks now. Ever since I did that video, he's been in jail for a while. But now he's been released. Police authorities also discovered a gun in the vehicle. According to Vibe, the 33-year-old claims the weapon was not his and he did not know the unidentified woman. Now, due to prior warrants, Kion was held without bond. He failed to appear in court in 2007 after he was issued 3 misdemeanors that included falsely representing himself to an officer, possession of a government-issued California driver's license, possession of a perpetrated government-issued California driver's license, and control of alcohol under 21. That was according to Radar Online. Now, he maintained his innocence while on the Larry Reid live show, and he believes that he is being framed and that law enforcement added more gun charges on him. So anyway, a judge determined that he should be released, and he took to social media and gave everyone an update on things that had happened. If you go to his social media, he's got a caption there about, you know, some things that had happened. But come to find out, his dad helped him get released. That's according to this article. Kion mentions that his father, which is surprising after Kion leaked a phone conversation last year between him and his dad. He says that his father helped get him out. Let's see. All right, so back to the show. So Kion's out of jail. That's good to hear. I don't want to say he's been exonerated. We don't know. We'll find out. I guess he has to go to court for all this. But I'm assuming if he had killed a woman and she was missing and all this shit, he wouldn't be out of jail. So I'm Team Kion here. I don't think he did it. If he did it, I think he would be still in jail. That's just me. If y'all know any more on this story, comment below. The article that I read, they didn't really do a good job of going into detail of how, what, when, where, but that's just a whole other story. Okay, so back to the show. I gotta say that as much as the song has been played so much this season and shoved down our throats, the music video is really not that bad. And they're all doing their thing. They're all dressed cute. They're all, you know, singing along, doing their little scenes and whatnot. They've got Brinks truck. They got a big ass Brinks truck out there, a cop car, money flying everywhere. It's a pretty good video. All black. I'm feeling it. I do wish though that they would have creatively given Rio, Rel, Anthony, and Dylan something more to do. Because if y'all notice, they didn't really have that big of a part in the video. They were just kind of like standing on boxes, throwing up gang signs the whole time. And I'm like, y'all couldn't have gave them more to do in the video? Like, hell, they could have been in the cop car. They could have had bags of money running with it. I can think of so many different creative things that they could have had them do besides just up there, you know? Like, that's just me. Anyway. And then I did notice one of Down Low Mo's verses. Did y'all hear his verse in the song? He kept saying, I got a dozen chicks, like a dozen chicks, or something like that. And I'm like, no, it should have been, I got a dozen chicks, but I want a dozen dicks. Because we all know, Mo, we all know, after this season, and there's one person, if I had to give one person the flop of the season, it would be Mo. Y'all already know why. We ain't got to go into detail why. It would be Down Low Mo. Because this show, if anything, made him look really, really, really bad. Like, he looks worse than Andrew Caldwell. He looks worse than William the Saddest. He looks worse than Dylan. If I had to give the Chump Award out for this season, it would definitely be Down Low Mo. And like I said, already said that about Rio. I wish he would have been there in the beginning. Now, Curtis says towards the end, You know, he's talking about his experience being on the show. He was like, any bad boys that come after us, y'all got big shoes to fill. Y'all got another thing coming. And I'm thinking, no, it ain't gonna be hard. It's not gonna be hard to one up this season, okay? For this to be season 1 of Bad Boys Club, it was underwhelming. It was very underwhelming. And I don't want to blame it all on the cast. I want to blame it more on production because I feel like it was just produced poorly. They didn't really have shit for them to do. They left them in the house the whole time. They never really went to the club. They never really had dinner scenes. They never really went anywhere and did anything. Even though I do hope season 2 has more unknown guys. And I wish that Natalie wouldn't have as big of a role in producing as she did. Like, I think Natalie casted the season, and it just, like, no, just take, like, I understand Natalie created this, but just give her the vanity title of producer and creator and bring in a whole new team of producers to produce this, because these boys and this season was just a little underwhelming. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. So, and then at the end of the video, everybody shoots their little scenes. You know, Mo shoots his, Curtis shoots his, Milan shoots his. There's really not a lot to talk about in this episode, y'all, so I'm sorry if it feels like it's boring, but there's just not a lot that went on in this episode at all. They just filmed the music video. And then towards the end, everybody got together. They're all dancing. And y'all notice Lemmy jumped in the shot. Lemmy was in the music video. That's the CEO of Zeus. He was like, I done paid for all this shit. I'm gonna pop up in the video too. That's so bad. So he popped up there at the end. I did notice that the transgender girl was in the video. Did y'all notice that? She was a part of Gutta's set, even though that Mo didn't want her a part of the video. She was there, and I'm glad they included her and did not try to, you know, not include her. So at the end of the episode, they played the entire music video, and it was really good. The video was really, really good. I have to give them that. I enjoyed it, even though that was the 582nd time that we had heard that song. The music video actually turned out pretty good. And then I don't know. I really wish we would have gotten more than just the shooting of the music video. Like, really, that was it? We couldn't have gotten a farewell group hug, all the boys talking about their, you know, talking to one another about how the season went for them, all the guys in the house maybe packing up their stuff and leaving. I don't know, maybe I'm trying to compare this show to Bad Girls Club too much, but I don't know. Like, Natalie, what were you doing? Like, what, Zeus, what were we doing? I feel like I've said that way too much throughout all these reviews. These reviews have been fun, but they've been so difficult to review because Zeus has just done a shitty job. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. So that's pretty much the end of the season. We saw them make the music video. There's not really much for me to talk about or review here. They played the music video, and that was that. And what did y'all think about the episode? What did you think about the season overall? What do y'all give it? What do you rate Bad Boys LA Season 1? Because if I had to rate it, I would probably give it a 5, maybe a 6. It's a 5 or 6 for me. I really want to say it's a 5 because there just could have been a lot more storyline involved. I feel like we could have had better casting decisions involved. I just feel like it could have been so much better than what it was. Same thing with Baddies ATL. Both of these shows were a flop. Now, if you look at shows like Jocelyn's Cabaret, minus the reunion, Jocelyn's Cabaret was actually really good. Seasons 2 and 3. Even 1 was okay. So, like, I'm confused. Are the same people not producing these shows? Because I know Natalie's not producing Baddies and Bad Boys. If she is producing it solely on her own, which I doubt, I see why these shows suck. I see why. I just wish Zeus would bring in a better team next season for these shows, because a lot of us who are the Bad Girls Club fans, we were really excited for Baddies and Bad Boys, and we just want more. We want more out of it. I mean, it could have been better. It wasn't awful, but it could have been better. Um, my favorites overall from the season were definitely Rel, Gutta, and probably Anthony and Kion. Definitely, definitely Rel and Gutta. And then I had to throw Anthony and Kion in there as well. They were my favorites from the season. Y'all already know who I dislike the most. Down Low Mo and Dylan. I was going to stick Curtis in there, but listen, Curtis grew on me throughout the entire season, and I feel like this was a learning experience for Curtis. I feel like he learned a lot, he grew a lot, he became more comfortable, not only just being around gay people, but just comfortable in his own skin and his own sexuality. And watching Curtis on Instagram Live and through interviews and stuff, I really liked him a lot better. So I'm not going to be too hard on Curtis, and I'm not going to give him one of my least favorites. And you know how every show, like every reality show, usually has like a queen bee or the standout, the star. I don't feel like this show had one. I really don't feel like this show had one. Now Milan wanted to be the Natalie. He wanted to be the Nene Leakes of the show. And he very well could have been had he not came in with all the antics that he did, trying too hard, and then it all backfiring on him when Jonathan came into the house and he stuck his pussy between his legs. Milan may have very well been the leader of the house, but when Jonathan came in at the end, it was a wrap. Now, had Jonathan been I feel like Jonathan should have been a main cast member from the beginning, and Rio. Had both of them been main cast members from the beginning, I feel like we would have had a totally different show, because we would have had Milan and Jonathan going edit trying to have that Queen Bee title the entire season. I just really wish they would have, like, it was a poor decision not having them being a part of the cast in the beginning. That's just my opinion. That's pretty much it. I want to hear from y'all what you thought about the season overall in the comments below. Let me know. What did you think about the episode? It was kind of dull. The last couple episodes were just dry as fuck, to be honest with y'all. There were a few great episodes this season. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to say that it was that bad, because if it was that bad, I wouldn't have reviewed all 12 episodes. But it has been a little bit exhausting trying to review all these episodes when sometimes the episodes had no content. Like, I felt like I was just reviewing the wall over here. Anyways, that's it for this review. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for my Baddies South reviews coming next Sunday. We will be reviewing that. Make sure y'all tune in on Zeus. And I love y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time. See ya.